Hello everyone, it is Pat with our Oracle card reading and message for the 15th of April 2014. So we're halfway through the month of April. It's kind of hard to believe sometimes. But and we're past this, blood red lunar eclipse that has been I wish I could have seen it. I'm sure it probably looked amazing, but unfortunately we had too much cloud cover where I am, so I couldn't see it. But I did attend and I just want to give a shout out to the folks at the Akashic Inspirations channel, because Marion and Debbie gave a wonderful Google Hangout last night on the on this moon, and gave these lovely readings to all of us. So thank you for all of that. It was wonderful. And anyways, so now that we're through this, let's see what the cards have to say for us today. And when I meditated this today and asked about what card deck to work with, I was drawn to the Angel Power Tarot card deck because, well, and as I looked at the front of the card deck, I heard this message about it's time to call forth your power. So I feel that's for all of us, because I know I go for these decks as my, when I ask, I'm asking for the reading for everybody. So anyways, let's see what their message is for us today. I'll call on the archangels that want to bring a message forward, what their messages are for us today. Okay, nothing's jumping out. Archangels, what do you wish us to know for the YouTube community watching this video? All right, so nothing is jumping out of the deck, so I will just pick a couple cards here. I'll go with this one, that one. Okay. And I'm going to pick one more. Okay. So the first one that's come out is the Knight of Michael. And it says, time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Okay, this is interesting. Sudden changes. So, and in this picture, she's kind of galloping forward on the horse there. So, it suggests that things are going to move forward pretty rapidly, sudden changes happening, shifts, and yeah, you're going to have to behave or act or perhaps even react from a place of life. It's like that part of you that knows what to do, that can deal with a moment of crisis, or when you have to act quickly, or when you just get in there because you know what to do. It's that part of you that steps forward and just does what needs to be done, and kind of puts the emotion to the side for the moment. We've all had those times in our life where we've had to do that, where maybe there is something that's very dramatic or emotional or something like that going on, and we just get in there and do what we need to do, and put our feelings about it. We sort of detach from them for the time being, so we can deal with the situation in front of us. Okay, there's a lot of intensity around right now, especially with this, with this lunar eclipse that's passed, but just in general. And there's even a cardinal cross going on astrologically, where there's 4 planets that are squared. And now I don't know, I'm not an astrologer, I can't give you all the details of that, but there are other people here on YouTube who can, that are very good at it. I personally go to Barbara Goldman's channel. She's a lovely astrologer from New Zealand. But anyways, there's a lot that's coming up. There's a lot of push-pull going on. I do feel like you may see, some uprisings. So you may hear about things in the media, either of, whistleblowers coming forward with things, or there's also the spotlight on things that are, going well, that are, wonderful things, very gallant things. So, there's a real spotlight that's on the really good things and the not so good things sometimes too. We get both. But anyways, in some situation today, you may need to just either the right opportunity comes up and you need to act on it, or there's some situation that crops up. Maybe there's even a little drama that goes on where you just need to do what you need to do, and you'll know what that is, and make the changes that need to be made. Okay, so the next card that came right along with it is Epiphany, with the Archangel Raphael, and this is a let's see, it's one of the major arcana cards in this deck, and it says, joy through spiritual growth, be a light to others, answers that come through meditation. All right, so it's letting you know where you'll find some answers for yourself if you've been questioning about things. And Raphael is the great teacher in the archangel realm, the spiritual teacher. So I feel like this is also joy through spiritual service. And, there's a lot of people right now who are a light to others. Not just, maybe it's some of us who are out here giving the readings and doing the hangouts, but also, people who've, suffered through the tragedies. I know I live here in New England. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Boston Marathon, and there are some people who, everybody was so affected that day. And there are some people who have made some amazing recoveries, and they are being a light to other people along the way, just in their spirit and how they've overcome this, this tragedy, how we all overcame this tragedy. And, a lot of that's going on in a variety of areas throughout the world, not just here. So it's, don't be afraid to, some of you might be called upon to share your story that may be spotlighted at this time. So it's saying, don't be afraid to be that light to somebody else. Maybe somebody's calling upon you for your wisdom today, and or your spiritual gifts, whatever that may be. Okay, so trust in that. I'll look at the book a little bit, because I like to look for the major arcana cards, because those are pretty significant ones. They usually have to do with major life events. And the number 9 with Raphael says, this card signals that you're on a quest to discover your true self. Meditation and quiet time provide great insight into the nature of your own heart and your life purpose. So this is not a time of loneliness, but of inner joy and exploring your divine light. It's kind of like, that Archangel Michael card. Remember who you are. So what he's showing us is that this is a time for you're kind of maybe discovering your own mettle, your own inner mental toughness, that you really do have what it takes, and or just you're coming to that awareness of what you're here to do. Okay, so you may find a mentor who magically shows up at the right moment. It could also be that it's a time for you to share your own spiritual journey with others who are seeking a mentor. So you may need to tell your story, as I mentioned a moment ago. Okay, Archangel Raphael holds up his lantern of enlightenment to welcome you to the starry mountaintop where self-discovery awaits. Okay, so, and I also feel like, for some of you, it may be coming forward, speaking the truth about what's happened to you and shining a light on something that's been going on behind the scenes that needs to be brought to light. Okay. Other meanings of this card is considering life's mysteries. It's just about spending quiet time. Okay. Being a light to others, heed your own counsel, and wise advice is coming your way. So, which is, what happens when we get an epiphany. You're coming to a realization of something. All right, and lastly, we had come out the Queen of Ariel. All right. And it says, nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Practical and wise advice. And again, here we have the advice of someone wiser than you, or a mentor or something like that. Now, the Queen is a court card. So oftentimes this can show up as a person in your life, and a person who is mature, practical, very generous, and happy. And urging you to take care of yourself. And we have the beautiful pink roses in this image, and she's got the beautiful gown on. So it's about really nurturing, beauty in yourself and in your environment. Okay, and maybe there's that Um, it may have to do with the realization of the beauty within yourself, okay, and what you bring to the world. And maybe part of that epiphany is that you're realizing that, you know, you want to have more beauty around you, okay? Um, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. So it sounds like an interesting Tuesday as we look at these cards. New energy is definitely coming in, okay? With Michael ushering it in with that sudden move, you know, sudden changes and time to move forward quickly. All right, it just says there's stuff in the works. There's transformation taking place, and which I have no doubt that this full moon was enhancing. And as with, I don't live my life every day by astrology, but I do pay attention to what's going on, some of the big things that are going on with the planets, because it really does affect us here in our earth energies. We are affected by it. So anyways, those are our messages for today. I hope this resonates with you, and thanks so much for watching the channel. I always appreciate all of your viewership and all the comments and things that you leave when you leave them. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely Tuesday.